Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be discussing my approach to translating Julia Asensi's La Gota de Agua, a short story rich in cultural context and emotional nuance. I took a grounding-aware perspective by perceiving the distinct roles and the identity of Doña Fermina as intelligent, thrifty, and social ambitious woman, rather than toning down her influence on her husband's decisions in highlighting in staying true the original portal of a strong female figure in conservating in 19th century setting. For instance, I keep the structure that emphasizes how to this she decides wherever husband goes or not showing of her total power in their marriage. One of the main challenges was maintain the humors and ignoring and social critique embedded in this text. For example, the phrase muchos de los pacientes a los que había dado pasaporte para el otro mundo literally means he's getting a passport of the other world. I have perceived that in females humor in English source I translate as a many of the patients he had sent off to the other world. This keep the tone while hinting at the dark truth behind it. Another challenge was the idiomatic expression like trabajé durante el verano de mi vida, which I render was I worked through the summer of my life to keep both the metaphor and emotional sense. Solutions and strategies. I applied a dynamic equivalence aiming for a meaning and tone and overall literal translation. I also use a cultural subventions when need. For example, lustros is a 5 year period. Is unfamiliar in English, so I use them a 5 lustra in a parents the first time to the retain perception and educate the reader. Registers and matching. I carefully chose evaluate both accessible vocabulary to reflect a sense in 19th century Spanish without a sounding accent in English. Asensi's voice is calm, ironic, and observant. I never heard use a long, elegant sentence and formal diction. For instance, the line "Jamás se vio un matrimonio más dichoso" became "Never had there been a happier marriage." This inversion and formal structure are faithful to her period style, avoid contraction and casual phrase to keep defining tone intact. Cultural and linguistic insight. Through this translation, I gained into the values of frugality, social status, and honor in 19th century Spanish middle class families. How humor and critique are embedded subtly in language, especially when addressing topics like death, class, or marriage. Linguistically, I learned to appreciate how Spanish uses a syntax and metaphor more open than English, which require a creativity and precision on my part. This project depended my understanding of translation not just as linguistic text, but as the cultural and ethical ones. My goal was to make a sensi's voice heard in English while respecting her message, tones, and character portrayals, especially from a grand and sensitive learner. Thank you.